The Iranian economy received a new lease of life with the signing of the nuclear deal in Vienna. Sanctions on oil sales, banking transactions, exchange rates and inflation hit businesses across the board, suffocating the economy. Shahrokh Soufipour is an Iranian entrepreneur in the IT sector. Sanctions made it difficult for him to import, especially from the US, and he had to improvise. He also owns one of the most popular burger bar chains in Tehran. He spoke about the difficulties of doing business under the shadow of sanctions.
There has definitely been stagnation in the food industry. We have neither gone forward nor backward. But in the IT industry, we've seen less activity since last March compared to the same period of the previous year. And in our IT company, there are some constant costs. But we've been unable to cover them, and this means failure.
Now the Iranian economy has the shackles off. Managing the potential will be just as vital as management under sanctions. With the market now open, things could get tough for indigenous companies as competition comes knocking with plenty of cash and global experience. Is this good for the locals?
Interestingly, since the nuclear deal, most of the billboards around Tehran have been taken over by car manufacturers. Different cars, different brands and different companies. Some are new to Iran, some I don't know, some are rare brands.
Undoubtedly, after the agreement, oil exports are on the rise and aviation is taking off. The visit of President Rouhani to Paris saw Iran shell out $27 billion on 118 Airbus aircraft. Carmaker Peugeot are also on the scene to manufacture in Iran. Mercedes-Benz has just reopened after some time, and Volkswagen, Renault, Kia and Toyota are sniffing investment opportunities.
You feel proud when you see that the day after the Vienna deal, Europeans queue to come to Iran. This is a positive sign which should be embraced. If you are clever, you can see the potential. I see a brilliant future for Iran.
Iran's GDP is the second biggest in the Middle East, estimated at $406 billion, and with a population of 80 million, it's a big market. The IMF says Iran's economy will grow by 4 or 5% this year.
I know that a shopping centre is being built in the west of Tehran, said to be the largest in the Middle East. And this shows that economic conditions in Tehran and Iran are definitely moving in the right direction. And those making the investments have already envisaged this.
The exposure of the Iranian market to the global stage is a surefire moneymaker. Domestic reform is next, according to our correspondent Javad Montazeri on the illuminated streets of the Iranian capital. The people and the business community are happy about the nuclear deal, but now all eyes are on domestic developments and the introduction of the reforms promised by President Rouhani for the improvement of political and economic conditions in Iran.
Euronews, Tehran.